It was one less thing to think about. So then you have more bandwidth for literally everything else. And like Bonnie said, we know you're busy. Our brains are going and going. And if it's like one less thing that you need to think about in that moment because you've already made that decision, give it to me. I'm in.
Hey, rebels! Welcome to the Food Freedom Rebellion for nurturers and healers, where restriction gets the finger and real healing finally begins. We're having honest conversations about the habits, shifts, and truths that help you break up with burnout, ditch the food rules, and actually feel amazing in your body again.
We're your hosts. I'm Bonnie, herbal remedy lover, gut health rebel, and helping women decode their symptoms and heal wildly without all the boring science lectures or food fear.
And I'm Carrie, best-selling author, recovering sugar addict, and certified health coach on a mission to help women stop white-knuckling their way through wellness and finally enjoy food again. We created this podcast because we both lived through the crash and burn cycles of doing everything right and still feeling like something was wrong.
We were crashing under chronic sugar cravings, bloated, burnt out, and buried under a pile of health advice that really didn't actually help. So we teamed up to bring you the unfiltered truth, what actually works, and how to make it doable.
And each week, you're going to get real talk, rebellious tips, and permission to rewrite the rules so you can feel powerful, free, and fully at home in your body. Welcome to the rebellion. Let's dive in.
Hey, rebels. This week's challenge hits your health, your wallet, and your energy in the best possible way.
We're talking about the Bring Your Lunch Challenge. And no, this isn't some sad salad that you eat at your desk or flashback to 1995 with your soggy turkey sandwich.
It's about taking back control of your food and the food that you eat in a way that actually works for your body, for your body, for your budget, and for your life.
Yeah. So let's start with the science. You know, we like to go there. When you pack your lunch, you control the ingredients, okay? These are meals that have real food, real protein, real fiber, healthy fats, and zero mystery oils or hidden sugars. A lot of stuff's got so many hidden sugars, we talk a lot about this in our program.
Absolutely. You would be surprised. We had a client once. Let's call her Megan. This is who this challenge really brings up. She would grab her to-go lunch daily. And she always thought, she's making good choices. She's ordering the healthy foods. She ordered a lot of salads, big salads, drenched in inflammatory oils, sugary dressings. And when we actually looked at the nutrient values and the nutrition labels of the things that she was eating, barely 15 grams of protein. And she was starving by 3 o'clock, which meant that she would snack her way through the afternoon and not really with the good snacks, not the healthy snacks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I lived this for so long. So why does this happen, though? Like, how do we get in this situation? It's because that kind of lunch, which I ate for years, okay, look at me, I'm eating a salad. It spikes our blood sugar because the salad dressing has a lot of sugar in it. There's not enough protein to give us nutrients and really balance out blood sugar. We talk about that in some of our podcasts. So I was eating that. I was getting an energy burst and then I was crashing. I mean, like an hour later. And the crash, it's our brain running on empty when you think about it. And that's when cravings hit and when brain fog kicks in, right? Like in the afternoon, you're like, oh my gosh, I had this meeting, but what? What? I am like stumbling over my own words. And this is when the hanger really kicks in. We all know a hanger.
Absolutely. My friends always say, if you don't feed me in a good 4 to 5 hours, hangry is going to pop out. So now when you pack your own lunch, you get to build it the way that you want. You get to be the blood sugar boss. Anchor it with protein, add your slow burning carbs. These are your complex carbohydrates. Load up on fiber-rich veggies and finish with some healthy fats. It's how you keep your energy, your focus, everything steady all afternoon.
Yeah. So, and let's just ignore the cash bonus, right? Having some extra, if you're on a budget, this is great for you. Because even like high quality food, if you're making it at home, it's usually half the price of eating out.
Absolutely. And it saves your brain. You don't waste mental energy at noon trying to figure out what you want. Where do you go? Is it worth the line? Do you have time for that before your next meeting? And, do you really have time to order it, eat it, and, get some water, splash of water before you head off to the next thing? One of the things that used to happen to us before kids, because kids take a lot, right? They take a lot of your time, they take a lot of your energy, and they can be expensive. But before kids, it was really easy for us to just go and buy whatever we wanted for food. It wasn't a big deal. Like if we wanted to eat and we didn't want to cook anything, we could always go out. So what's the problem with that? Well, the biggest issue is the quality of food that you're going to get. You don't know what's in your food. You don't know how it's prepped. And while there are a significant amount of restaurants around Dallas that are very healthy, that are allergen free, that are inflammatory, anti-inflammatory, things like that, there's still preservatives within their food. There's still additives within their food that can impact your blood sugar for the rest of the afternoon. And, ordering your food out every single meal, you have to be extremely picky and extremely strict about how you order it. That draw on your brain, that mental G on your brain is a lot. And when you're busy, as I know all of you are, taking care of everybody else, trying to include yourself in the mix, you don't have the mental energy to worry about that. So prepping in advance, making your own lunch, you don't have to think about it. You just, oh, it's lunchtime. Let me grab my food.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of our clients, like, that's the biggest win is this less decision fatigue. So, before this, I was in sales and I was in my car all the time, and yes, I had client lunches, but I could have eaten every single meal out because I was just in my car, but I had literally a cooler, like a little cute mini cooler that had my food in it because I had prepped it and I didn't have to think about where I was gonna eat, and for me, it was like a nice mental break, like sitting and actually eating my food versus, like, having to be talking to someone or be at a restaurant. And it was one less thing to think about, so then I you have more bandwidth for literally everything else, and like Bonnie said, we know you're busy. Our brains are going and going, and if it's, like, one less thing that you need to think about in that moment because 'cause you've already made that decision, give it to me. I'm in. Hey, hey, it's Carrie and Bonnie's here too.
Yep, yep, yep. And we got something way more exciting than whatever ad you're about to skip.
Yeah. If food rules make you feel like a rebel every time you eat bread, or if chocolate cake still haunts your dreams, you need our Food Freedom Fast Track.
It's a 5-day reset to kick cravings, spark healthier choices, and totally transform how you think about food. Real change without giving up your favorites.
And all for $27. It's packed with doable tips, mindset shifts, and tools you'll actually use.
We made it fun, fast, and completely judgment free. In just 5 days, you'll feel better and we'll guide you every step of the way.
So check the link in the show notes and come hang with us. And don't worry, chocolate cake is still invited.
Now, let's get back to today's episode.
Man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need less decisions in our world. Siri, hey, get up. All right, so let's get down to some real talk here, Rebels. If you had to pack lunch for tomorrow, what would you actually put in it?
Yeah. Yeah. And how many days last week did you truly know what was in your lunch? You ate out all the time. If you're like, man, don't know, you're not alone. Because even those healthy salads that I ate forever, and I loved when they started putting the calorie count, and I don't count calories, but it would open your ring to like, that salad had so many more calories than other food on the menu. So, so how do we do this? How do we build our Rebel approved lunches that fuel us without tasting like cardboard?
Yeah, we really don't like cardboard around here. We love food. Carrie and I are both straight up foodies. We love our food. So, step one, take your protein, start there. That's usually the easiest step to take. And you're looking at like 25 to 30 grams minimum. And if you listened to our episode last week, You got to hear how easy getting 20 grams can be. So think chicken, tuna, salmon, tofu, beans with rice, eggs, dinner leftovers.
Yeah, we love leftovers over here. So, okay, so step 2, add fiber and color. So we like to talk about fiber-rich veggies and fruit. Try to add 2 of those if you can, and make they're colorful, right? Like raspberries have a lot of fiber, and when you're in season, oh my gosh, they're yummy. But it really helps feed our gut, give our guts all the goodies that we need, and it boosts our immunity, gives us more energy, better mood, like all the things.
Absolutely. And step 3, we cannot forget about adding healthy fats. Our body needs the healthy fats. Our brain needs healthy fats. Avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, tahini. These all keep you satisfied longer and they prevent those afternoon snack attacks.
Yeah, those snack attacks. Whew. Okay, so step 4, add a fun factor. If what the heck? What? So I'm gonna say a square of dark chocolate if that's your thing. I talked to someone today who doesn't like chocolate. Um, what's something fun you can add though? Like, is it a tasty dip? Is it something a little bit crunchy? Like something that just makes you feel satisfied. And you might not even want to add any of this in. But we really want you to start thinking of food as like pleasure with purpose. This isn't punishment. You're not having a sad salad because you're punishing yourself for something you ate the night before. No, you're adding all the things in to make what you're eating delicious and
Yeah,
enjoy it.
absolutely. You want to look forward to this lunch. You pack a lunch and there's no fun in it. Oh my gosh. And I don't know, Carrie, if you know this, but I'm not really a chocolate fan either. What the? Nope. Nope. I would add, I mean, you guys are going to think I'm funny, but my fun factor would be things like berries, or, a banana with a little bit of peanut butter or something like that, it tastes like dessert.
Yeah.
So pro tip, pack enough. If you think it might be a little bit too little, add a little bit. If you add a little cooling block in there, one of the ice blocks, it'll be good for dinner too, or it'll be good afternoon snack if you don't eat it all. Under eating at lunch is actually the fastest way to end up hangry in the break room, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, looking at that vending machine. Or you get home late and now you're dialing up Domino's.
Yeah, your lunch has to fuel your body, whatever that is for you. And as you start tweaking, you'll figure out that what that is. So like Bonnie said, like if you're not doing that, you will be at the vending machine. I did this for a very long time. Um, so if you're sitting here like, okay, but like I only have so many recipes, or you think you just can't think ahead of like what you want to make. We know plenty of people that have recipe fatigue. So in our program, this is why we use a meal planning app. It's great for tracking, but it also has recipe suggestions based on your likes, your dislikes, the amount of protein you're trying to make sure that you get every day. It's just such a great way and why we include it because there are so many people with menu fatigue, meal fatigue. Like we make the same thing. And then you're like, I used to have a coworker that would make one batch of something, a huge batch, and she would have it for lunch every single day for the week. Like, I cannot do that. So, yeah. hmm We're not doing that.
No, no, we don't do that. No, we don't blow the budget out of the water for those of you worried about that. There's a lot of fun and there's a lot of tastiness in the dishes that this app provides. And we've gotten rave reviews over it. I love using it whenever we're doing any groceries, especially when we get bored. Because, I mean, truth be told, it is scientifically proven that we actually pick 12 to 20 meals. And that's usually what we rotate through, those 12 to 20 meals for like 7 years. And then our body chemistry changes and we don't like something. So 1 or 2 meals is replaced. But legitimately, it's 12 to 20 meals. So if you can add one different thing a week, yeah, shake it up. So much nicer. And to have something that is so easy to use.
Yeah.
Decision fatigue and the meal planning fatigue. I mean, who wants to do all that? All right. So let's talk about myths because we love busting myths around here. The whole I don't have the time. Well, all right, here's a little reality check. You don't have time not to. 10 minutes at night saves you 20 minutes in line. It saves you from the afternoon energy crash. And I've got a challenge for you. If you're sitting here still listening, going, yeah, right. No, it's still like legit do not have the time for this. Track yourself while waiting in line ordering, picking up your food to the point that you're going to sit and actually eat. Okay. And then track yourself. If you're an order and let them deliver it to you, track it. How much energy did you put into ordering that lunch? How much time does it actually take? And how much effort?
Mm. Yeah.
And then try making your lunch this week and tell us what the difference is.
Yeah. I was going to add in how much aggravation. Like sometimes when you're waiting in line. So when I moved to Florida from New York City, they just move at a different pace and it was painful. And I was like, well, I should be just making my own lunches at this part anyway. So. All right, let's do another myth. Here's another good one. Packing is boring. And like I said, if you're making a big old batch and you're taking it for 5 days in a row, like that is boring. Nope, but that's not what we're talking about. Okay. I also think boring is eating the same overpriced sandwich that you get every day because you leave, you leave the office, it's right around the corner. It's again the convenient that we think is there of it, right? You do that every day and you're like tired of it, right? Think about it. You're probably really tired. So, how can you make it more fun? Like we talked about, switching up your meals, making some fun things. Or how about I used to have fun lunch bags? Like, that's just me, I guess. Like, oh, look at my cool, like, fun lunch bag. Like, try to do something, I don't know, less adult while being adult.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. At the barrier is I don't know what to make. Like we said, we have the app that we use to make it easier. We put it into all of our programs. Um, but something really simple and easy to do is just start with one or two combos. Things that you like, rotate them in and out. And remember, we are not Pinterest here. It's survival with style. So take a couple of things that you really like that you know that you're going to, enjoy eating if you heat them up or if you open them later, because I know some of us have some issues with leftovers. Um, and then add to it. As you are eating lunch, you'll start going, ooh, this would be good for lunch. Or I used to make this recipe. It's very healthy for me. I love it. I should make more of this. And you'll slowly incorporate more and more to your lunch options.
Yeah, and this doesn't need to happen all overnight, right? So, but let's talk about this week. Let's talk about here's your mission for this week, your challenge if you choose to accept. You're going to pack and bring your lunch at least 3 times this week, right? 3 times. So think about just even the three. As we talked about, we want to make sure it is colorful. Does it have fruit and veggies or just different types of veggies in there? Because there really is quite a rainbow of veggies if we take a look. Protein rich. Always start with that. Make sure you're getting your protein in it. And is it satisfying? Is it something that's going to hold you over? Is it something you enjoy eating? And then bonus points for something fun on the side. Maybe dark chocolate or, not for Bonnie, but for me, I would take it.
Mm. Absolutely. And don't forget to show us. We like celebrating these little challenge wins. It may seem little to you. It may seem little to other people, but in reality, these are pretty big steps. So celebrate them. Let us celebrate with you. So go ahead and show us your lunches in our community. Make sure to use hashtag lunchrebel. I don't care if it's a mason jar, leftover, fancy little bento boxes. And if you put chocolate in it, definitely show us. We want to. All right. Let's make aqua lunch sexy again. And we'll see you inside the rebellion. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If this episode made you laugh, nod, or say, damn, that's me, Hit subscribe so you never miss a rebellious dose of real talk and gut wisdom.
And check out the show notes for links to our free community, upcoming workshops, and more ways to rise inside the rebellion. All right, Rebels, that's all for now. We'll catch you next time on the Food Freedom Rebellion, where